Rise up, brothers and sisters, boys and girls, kings and queens, friends, frenemies, and your agents. This is Brother Marley, and this is the Gambi One channel. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about the last video I did, which was regarding Jimmy, Mr. Beast, going over to Africa and installing 100 wells over there. Over here. What am I talking? Installing 100 wells over here. Now, he went to Kenya, and he went to Cameroon, and he went to Zimbabwe, and I liked the work he did. I was happy with that. You know, some people were saying that he's trying to do some poverty porn, you know, to get people interested in, you know, to get more views. The man's got like a gazillion subscribers. He doesn't need more views, believe that. And secondly, in the time that I've been here in this country, I've seen far worse than what he showed. So I know that it could have, if he was looking for poverty porn, that wasn't it, and he clearly wasn't trying to do that. He showed as best as he could, right? I know I'm very, very sure of that. I've actually got a video that I did when I went to a school, a Dara it's called, which is like an Islamic school, like, you know, like how you have Sunday schools in England. It's an Islamic version of that over in the Gambia. And yeah, I was shocked by the state of that place. But it was kind of distressing. And I was distressed doing that video because it was like, how is it that you can call yourself a government, a country, and, you know, be, you know, underserving your people so badly that it takes a young boy. He's a child to me. He's a young boy from America to come all the way over to this continent to give people fresh water. I started reading some of the comments. All right, one of the comments took my, you know, grabbed my attention. Hold on, let me get my other phone and I'll have a look and I'll just read it to you. 1 second. Okay, I've got it now. Whew. So this is from, wow, this is really small. Hold on. It's from Edichi author. I have no idea what this person's name is. Edichi author, I don't know. But he said the people complaining should worry what Bill Gates is doing in Africa instead of complaining about Mr. Beast. Good point. Now, first of all, I wasn't complaining about Mr. Beast, but it did make me think that, you know, I should be looking, like, you know, with a wider lens, taking a step back and having a look. And what I saw was a video that I started watching that same night. This video was done like almost a week ago. That same night I started watching a video of Zeitgeist Addendum. And the first part is talking about the financial monetary system that we all live under, regardless of where you are in the world. And the different stages of that. One stage was the economic hitman. Now, I read the Confessions of an Economic Hitman like years ago. But you know how those things kind of like, they file in your mind and they go back and back and back and back and back until it's just a distant memory. Well, this was a timely reminder, because what he said was in the video, it's just like a quick, like 1 second bit. He said that when they're taking over a country financially, so what happens, as I'm sure most of you already know, that a country with a large economy like the United States would offer a loan or an aid package. So, you know, you always hear about countries giving financial aid to Africa, giving an aid package, but it's actually in the form of a loan. Now, the trick bag is they'll say, okay, we'll give you a loan to do things like build roads, you know, build hospitals or something like that. But we won't give you the money. What we'll do is we will pay a British company or an American company to come in and build it for you, and then you just pay us back. So they come up with some convoluted deal, which has the African country not able to keep up with repayments. Now, it could be that the country just doesn't know how to look after their finances. It could be someone dropped the ball. It could be that the loan is janky. Whatever the reason is, what this program was saying was that economic hitman, he would offer to go in and take over a utility or the port or something in order to pay back the loan. So the first sign of that is privatization of those areas. So privatization of the ports, putting tolls on the road, those kind of things. But in the video he mentioned the utility companies, which he said it's so fast you could almost miss it. But that got me thinking, was the utility companies in Zimbabwe and Kenya privatized? Well, of course they were. Of course they were privatized. So that all made sense now. The second thing you need to concern yourself with is it possible? It's so easy to set up a borehole. You drill a hole into the water table, water comes up, you pump it up into a tank, and then you use a borehole. So it's not like anything new. The machine that they were using was locally licensed, so the local people knew about it. They knew how to do it in the first place. This wasn't something where this man was teaching people how to find water. No, they already knew. The thing that was different here was that I have a pit bull in my face. What do you want, pit bull? Leave me alone. Go away. Thank you, Jeff. Okay. Let me lose my point, man. So yeah, it's weird. It's like he wasn't teaching them anything. You know, they knew about the water table. They knew how to get to it. It's drilled down one time into the water table, pop a couple of tanks, and you're good to go. The question is, why hasn't the local government done that? And if your water company is being managed by the United States, we need to look first at, let me move it over this way, there you go. We need to look first at what the United States does or says to people who use their own head and you take water naturally, rather than being on their system.
Hi, my name is Dominic Nodder, and I'm one of the people that helps Gary Harrington with his case in this rainwater issue that the state says that they own. Gary Harrington is a 64-year-old man that just went to jail on August 8, 2012, because he collected rainwater, his own rainwater on his own land in his own ponds. In 1973, Gary and his brother Michael went to the water master and they asked for what's called a water certificate. The water master looked at where they lived, said that the water in those areas that were in those ponds up there, and there were hundreds, those waters were from rain and winter runoff. They didn't require a permit. And because the permit was required to get the water certificate, they couldn't issue Gary a water certificate. They clearly told him at the time that the water, the rainwater, and the winter runoff were not under the rule of appropriation. Therefore, they did not have to get the permit. The only reason the jury found Gary guilty is because they were disallowed from hearing the evidence by the judge, who felt that the evidence that Gary had in his defense might unduly prejudice the jury against the state. The first evidence was the issues we've talked about as far as the law not even applying to Gary. Clear definitions, legal expert report, best water law attorney we could find in 4 states, clearly showing that the law didn't apply to Gary. Yet, they needed a case. They needed a case precedent. And so what did they do? They made sure the jury couldn't hear the evidence. That's a stacked deck. Gary's in jail for all of us. Every single one of us could have been this target, this selectively prosecuted target. If we don't help Gary, we don't help ourselves. Right now we have a private family foundation that you can donate some money to help with his legal defense. He's paid almost $200,000 in this fight over the last 10 years, standing up for the rights that are your rights too. We need to support him in that. Anything you can do to help would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
So it's not beyond, you know, your imagination. I know this is all conjecture. I'm not saying this is like the total truth, 100% truth, nothing but the truth. I know I'm not saying that. I know that there could be things wrong. You know, what I am admitting is that it's possible that I could have made a mistake in the previous video. I overlooked the possibility of outside forces, Western forces coming in and messing with the local economy. And that's why I've got to thank that viewer, that Richie Author, I can't remember the name, the one with the weird name. Thanks very much, yeah? I appreciate it. Because it allowed me to look out a bit. There are a lot of things that are not working well in Africa. But what is working well is that people get on. Get on. You know, living in London, I would come out of my house, I would travel all the way to work, and I would pass literally thousands of people every day from my front door to the office. No one would greet me, no one would say hello to me, no one would even acknowledge me. So it's like, yeah, you get into, like, you know, a tight space or whatever, someone might have to shift out of your way, but eye contact, that kind of stuff, no, it doesn't even exist. Just normal humanity doesn't exist in the West. And here people are human to one another. And that's why I thought it was weird that, you know, this guy was able to come over to Africa and do so much good work that the local government should have been doing. So have a think for yourself about spreading a little humanity in your area, in your home, in your road, in your district. Until next time, brothers, this is your brother Marley. I'm signing off. Peace.